Awami League leave 32 seats to 14 Party and Jatiya Party. Jatiya Party to contest in 283 seats. People to decide the winners, says Prime Minister. And Bangladesh clinch Under-19 Asia Cup trophy, thrashing UAE. Those were the headlines. This is ATN News. Good evening, viewers. I'm Shahzan Hassan with English Bulletin. Awami League has sacrificed 30 seats for the alliance partners and strategic alliance partners in the upcoming 12th parliamentary polls. Office Secretary of the party, Biplab Borua, made the disclosure after notifying matter to the Election Commission Secretary in capital's Agartala on Sunday. He said Awami League has decided to leave 6 seats for 14 Party Alliance and 26 seats for Jatiya Party. He said 14 Party candidates will contest the polls with boat symbol, while Jatiya Party will contest with their plough symbol. Meanwhile, Jatiya Party has said they will give candidates in 283 seats after having a compromise with Awami League. Secretary General of the party, Mujibul Haq Chunnu, said not under any pressure, the party is taking part in the polls freely. He made the disclosure at party's Bonani office on Sunday afternoon after a 3-hour-long closed-door meeting with the party high command. He said Jatiya Party is taking part in the polls to ensure continuity of democracy. Jatiya Party thinks the polls will be free and fair and people will cast their vote freely amid festivity. Armed forces will remain deployed as the striking force in the 12th parliamentary polls. Election Commission Secretary Jahangir Alam made the disclosure after Chief Election Commissioner Qazi Habibul Awal met President Mohammad Shahabuddin at Ganobabon on Sunday morning. The EC Secretary said during the half-an-hour-long meeting, the CEC requested the Presidents to consent to the deployment of armed forces to aid civil administration in the polls. The President, in principle, approved deployment of the armed forces. The campaigning for the 12th parliamentary polls will begin from December 18. The Election Commission and candidates are taking final preparations for the polls. However, BNP is giving programs like that of Siege and Hortal boycotting polls. In the meantime, the Election Commission has barred all political activities except for campaigning. Experts have termed such decision of the Election Commission as unconstitutional. Former Election Commissioner Shagawat Hussain has reminded EC about democratic rights of all political parties. Such directive in a democratic system is not at all acceptable, former advisor to the caretaker government commented. People of the country will decide who will come to state power through 12th parliamentary polls. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina made the remark at a discussion at the Bangamudhu International Conference Centre in the capital marking Great Victory Day. She called upon all to resist arson terrorists. Sheikh Hasina, who is also the president of the ruling Awami League, said Awami League will bring out a victory procession on December 19. Israel is systematically dismantling Gaza's health system. Referring to the condition of Al-Shifa and Kamal Adwan hospitals in Gaza, Rohan Talbot, director of the Medical Aid for Palestinians Advocacy Group, claimed this. Israel has been continuing indiscriminate attacks on Gaza, pointing Hamas elimination. It is stepping ahead with a plan to fully destroy health system as well as overall Gaza. Recently, Israeli bulldozers has destroyed a vast majority of northern Gaza's Kamal Adwan hospital's facility and infrastructure. They also crushed Palestinians sheltering in the tents inside hospital's courtyard, as well as dug out bodies during the hospital was surrounded by Israeli military. Palestinian health minister have called for urgent probe of the incident. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has hinted at new Hamas talks after mass criticism over misstep killing of 3 hostages by Israeli soldiers. The head of Israel's intelligence Mossad spy agency, David Barnea, met Qatari Prime Minister Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani. The related source has hinted the meeting was over Israeli-Palestinian conflict and attention turned to a possible Gaza truce and new negotiations on prisoner hostages deal. Reuters said the meeting was held in Europe late on Friday. Qatar has been acting as a mediator to negotiate Gaza truce since Israeli attacks began. The meeting was apparently the first between senior officials from Israel and Qatar since the collapse of 7-day truce. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he had given instructions to the negotiating team. New negotiations are underway to rescue hostages held by Hamas. However, UK Foreign Minister David Cameron and German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock have called for lasting Gaza ceasefire, an article of Sunday Times claimed. Citing Cameron and Baerbock, the article said many civilians have been killed in Gaza. The war cannot be prolonged any longer. Bangladesh won the maiden Under-19 Asia Cup title, defeating UAE. Bangladesh youth team have been crowned as champion after a 195-run win over host at Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Bangladesh youth team played terrific cricket in the tournament and won the gala event undefeated. Deciding to bat first in starting, opener Ashikur Rahman Shibli set the stage for Bangladesh's victory. A magnificent 129 by Shibli and 60 by Mohammad Rizwan with Ariful Islam's fiery 50 brought the team a big total of 282 runs. The highest run scorer in the tournament was Shibli, who was out for 129. UAE's chase never got any momentum as Bangladesh bowlers ran riot. Pacer Maruf Mridha performed brilliantly and picked 3 wickets. He got good assistance from Rohanat Borsan, who also seized 3 wickets. At the end, showing a dominant display, Bangladesh team has bowled UAE for 87 runs only.
And falling apart in this chase. Just a matter of time.
Now, a short break. We'll be back soon with no scope for Arab Spring-like situation in Bangladesh. 60 migrants feared dead as ship sinks off Libyan coast. You're watching ATN News. This is English Bulletin. There is no possibility of a situation like that of Arab Spring in Bangladesh. Foreign Minister Dr. A.K. Momen made the remark after a seminar titled Achievement of Bangladesh in 52 Years and the Journey in Next Decade at Foreign Services Academy in the capital on Sunday. He at that time brushed aside warnings of US and Russia that Bangladesh might experience a situation like that of Arab Spring after the polls. Present at the same event, Indian State Minister for Foreign Affairs M.J. Akbar also echoed the remark of Dr. Momen. He at that time lauded the development works of the present government. The member of the armed forces of India and Russia who helped Bangladesh in the Liberation War have paid a courtesy call on Army, Navy and Air Force chiefs on Sunday. Earlier, they paid homage to valiant martyrs by playing wreaths at Shikha Anirban, the Eternal Flame. Later, the Indian team led by Major General M.R.S. Maan and Russian delegation led by Gubenko Vitaly Viktorovich paid a courtesy call on Army Chief General Shafiuddin Ahmed at Army headquarters. From there, they went to Naval headquarters to meet Navy Chief Admiral M. Nazmul Hasan. Finally, they paid a courtesy call on Air Chief Marshal Sheikh Abdul Hanan at Air Force headquarters. Meanwhile, Army Chief General S.M. Shafiuddin Ahmed confirmed citations to Army men for their heroics while discharging duty in hill tracks and UN peacekeeping mission. Apart from this, the Army Chief also handed over gifts to family members of the martyred Army men. Now news from around the world. More than 60 migration workers are believed to have drowned in a shipwreck off the coast of Libya, the International Organization for Migration (IOM) said. Citing the IOM news agency AFP reported most of the victims of the incident were from Nigeria, Gambia and other African countries. Citing survivors, UN agency said on Saturday the vessel left the Zuvara city with around 86 people on board, while high waves swamped the boat. 61 migrants, including children, were missing and presumed dead. 25 survivors had been transferred to a Libyan detention center where they were being given medical support. However, Libya is among the main departure points for migrants trying to cross the Mediterranean and enter Europe. IOM estimates that more than 2,200 people have drowned while attempting the crossing this year alone, which has making it one of the most dangerous migration routes in the world. Before ending the bulletin, the top stories once again. Awami League leave 32 seats to 14 Party and Jatiya Party. Jatiya Party to contest in 283 seats. People to decide the winners, says Prime Minister. Bangladesh clinch Under-19 Asia Cup trophy, thrashing UAE. No scope for Arab Spring-like situation in Bangladesh. And 60 migrants feared dead as ship sinks off Libyan coast. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for being with us.